Weather Service has rather issued a level 9 warning for heavy rain and strong winds in the Western Cape. Emergency services are currently on high alert for flash floods in low-lying areas, and fishermen are also being warned of rough seas. Now, quite a major concern is that dams are already full and have begun overflowing. eNCA's Kevin Brandt joins us from the Boerkup in Cape Town. Kevin, good morning to you. And I mean, from where you stand, what are the conditions looking like in terms of weather?
A very good morning to you, Tumela. We've in the meantime made our way to Jakes Gerwel Drive, an arterial road here in the city of Cape Town Metro, where a Golden Arrow bus has overturned an accident which resulted in three commuters losing their lives. There's also 21 others who've been injured in this accident. So very emotional scenes playing out here as relatives are now making their way to the accident scene and trying to ascertain whether or not one of their family members have lost their lives in the incident as a result of the heavy rain that we've experienced over the past 48-hour period. We've seen a number of trees being uprooted, also a number of incidents of flooding being recorded in some of the areas here within Cape Town, trees being uprooted. Our emergency response people are now on the ground here to assess the situation along with the South African Police Service, but traffic officials have also been out throughout the metro as they deal with a number of roads having to be closed as a result of the inclement weather and the constant rain that we've experienced at least over a past 24-hour period. So a lot of the relatives are now at the scene here, and as I've said, very emotional scenes playing out here, as my understanding is that it's now been established that one of their relatives have indeed passed away in this very tragic accident. But joining me to talk a bit more about the traffic situation here within the metro is Kevin Jacobs. He's from the Cape Town Traffic Services. Kevin, thank you for your time. Can you just indicate where's the focus from traffic services side at this moment? I understand that throughout the metro there's been a number of incidents being recorded relating to traffic due to the weather.
Cape Town Traffic Services is focusing on all our major routes and freeways. So we focused our attention and asked our officers to conduct high visibility patrols. Right across the metro we have instances of flooding, trees that have been uprooted, drains that are blocked, and so it has caused significant inconvenience to the residents of Cape Town, and we are trying our best to alleviate the stresses caused by the weather.
Kevin, just in terms of road closures, are there any particular roads that have been closed? We understand, we know that it's a long weekend and some people might have left the metro and will now be making their way back into the city. Are there roads that have been closed?
There are a number of roads closed throughout the city. On our major routes, Philip Gosana is closed, Chapman's Peak Drive is closed. We have closures in the Gordons Bay area. So people returning to Cape Town will be affected. There will be slight delays, but we'll try our best to alleviate, along with our partners in the city, the flooding that is taking place so that we can have free-flowing roads.
And just a last word from you in terms of traffic safety and speaking to motorists to adhere to the road rules, but also to then drive cautiously during this very dangerous weather.
Yeah, the roads are wet in Cape Town, and we've only just been given a slight reprieve, so we ask motorists to please reduce their speed, increase their following distance, and just take it easy. If you have to stay at home, or if you can stay at home rather, do that. You know, that's in your best interests.
Thank you. Kevin Jacobs from the Cape Town Traffic Services, here at the scene of a Golden Arrow bus accident. My understanding is, or preliminary investigations reveal, that the driver have lost control of the vehicle and it hit a pole just behind us here. The weather also had, far-reaching impact when it comes to electricity supply within the metro, where the city of Cape Town indicated that they have received a number of calls to Melo with regards to electricity outages as a result of the inclement weather. And as I've said, there's also been a number of areas that have recorded flooding. As Kevin just also indicated, trees were uprooted where traffic officials have now been stationed at these various points to ensure that the traffic flow proceeds, safely for the motorists still out today, making use of the roads, and just once again urging the motorists to proceed with caution on their journey.
Yeah, it also seems like even with residents, the caution there, Kevin, is to stay at home if you can for your best interest, because we have received that warning from the Weather Service of a level 9 warning. So it seems like the weather conditions, they're not conducive for getting outside the house and being on the roads. But if you're already on the road, as you've mentioned quite correctly, colleague, that some may be out the metro making their way inside, the caution there is to drive safely, follow a good safety distance as you drive cautiously on the road. We leave it there, Kevin, and thank you so much for this update. Our condolences to those who've lost their lives at this stage. I understand 3 people so far have died in that particular accident involving Golden Arrow bus. And as Kevin mentioned, it seems some of the relatives and loved ones had come to check on their family members, their loved ones, and it seems that emotions are quite high because some have confirmed that indeed their family members or at least loved ones were affected.